Hi, folks. Dave Schmidt here. It's Tuesday, December 9th, and obviously I'm coming to you from a very, very different place. Well, last week I told you I was going to China. I'm here. I'm coming to you from the rooftop of my hotel in Hong Kong. And you can see the background is quite different than what is normal. First of all, I want to say thank you so much for the absolutely wonderful people that showed up in the workshop in Cleveland over the weekend. It was quite an exciting time because, see, I was able to go ahead and share with the people in Cleveland the fact that I am here. Not only am I here, Charla is here with me. And when we had the workshop in Cleveland on Saturday, it was basically the next day, very early the next day, at 3:30 a.m., Charla and I had to drive from Cleveland to Detroit because we had some conflict in our flights. And then we caught a flight from Detroit to Seattle, 5-hour flight, 4-hour layover in Seattle. And then we left Seattle on Sunday afternoon and flew 14 hours here to Hong Kong. Got in, took a couple of hours to get into our hotel. And we had no more than gotten into the hotel, got the internet set up, and then the ambassador gave me a call, and we talked for almost an hour last night. He is on his way here, and he will be here joining me tomorrow. Tomorrow I will be joining with the family, and I will be able to go through and to give you a special report after our time together about what is developing. You can expect Wednesday's radio program live from here in Hong Kong. Now, what I was able to share with the folks at the workshop Saturday is we are meeting this week with the family to be determining how we'll be working out the funding of the projects coming up. But here's something I want to share with you. Now, it was probably about 5-6 weeks ago at one of the workshops, the ambassador had shared something else. All of you there are going to be millionaires. We will be working out the details about how we will provide funding, not only for you to be able to be giving away to other people, but how also we're going to provide funding for you personally. We're going to determine the means and the mechanisms of how that will be done. It's one thing for you to be giving away literally hundreds of thousands of dollars, if that's what you choose to do, as well, but to be in a position where you don't have anything for yourself. See, the release of these funds is not just about giving money away. In fact, it's the term that the ambassador had challenged me on last Wednesday's radio program to not use anymore. It's about empowering people. It's about taking the first step of empowering the human race. Not only do we want to release funds to you to empower others, but we also wish to empower you. Because see, money, as we all know, is a form of energy. It's a form of energy exchange is what it is. And we want to make sure that you are free within yourself, that you have been able to pay off all of your bills, to be able to be free within that position. You don't have to think twice about money, and to be able to so experience the power and the release and the joy and the freedom that comes from not only you receiving forms of abundance, but being able to release those funds to empower others as well. Well, it's this week. You know, this has been a step of faith for all of us, a journey of faith for all of us. We've been in this position where we've just been trusting what we've been hearing, what we've been reading. Well, this week, by the time I come to you next week, unless I have a special report prior, we're going to have some specifics. We're going to have some details. We're going to be able to release to you that, yes, this is something that is for real. It's a little different being here in Hong Kong. This is my first time here. Charla and I had gotten up this morning, went for a walk. We got a taste of the new of this huge city that is a very modern city, and we also had a taste of the old of Hong Kong as we walked through the streets where all the open markets. I was there early this morning at about 7:30 Hong Kong time, watching the merchants, chopping up the fish, getting them ready, working through and seeing, the crabs that are there, the fish, the vegetables, you name it, in this live open market that they have here in Hong Kong. And it's always such a great experience. And then we walked down some of the streets here, had a taste of the wonderful food and the cuisine that they have here in Hong Kong, and experiencing the different culture. And it became a reflection to me about how this is a process that is so different for all of us. But inside, we're all the same. We're human beings who are getting ready to step into the process of being set free. Being set free financially from not only centuries but millennia of oppression from these people that we call the cabal. Now, behind the scenes, they're being neutered. It's a term I've been using for some time. But the family has decided it's time to step out and start releasing and empowering people anyway. Now, this is just the first step, the very first step, and it's a very small step. There's not going to be a lot of people that are involved in this. But as we work through the steps, as we work through what I call the beta testing process to work this out, we will be able to show and to be able to experience that this process is working. And then from there, we will begin to expand it on a step-by-step basis. Don't expect this to happen overnight. It's going to take at least another month and a half to 2 months for us to have everything set up. Because, see, I'm here. I'm going to be here for at least another week. Then we go back home for the holidays, and there isn't much that's being done during the holidays. Then we'll pick this back up, and then I have to hire staff, set up an office, set up our basically logistical procedures. So we're at least 5 weeks away before we're up and running completely within an office. And then we have to be able to send out all the forms, the requests, and the things, the folks that you would like to fund. And we also then have to set up a process to be able to fund you individually as well. Now, those details are what we're going to partially work out this week as I am meeting with the ambassador and other members of the family. You know, it was interesting because I was sharing this with another individual about a week ago. This step of faith has been us stepping back, and it's kind of been like watching a master painter. In the painter's mind, as he has the canvas in front of him and a few strokes start to appear on the canvas, in the painter's mind, he already sees the picture. He sees it being completed. He sees it being finished. And for him, it's just a matter of working out the process of his creation. But for us as the observers, it's a step of faith. He tells us what the picture may possibly look like, how it's going to turn out, what it's going to do, but we don't really quite understand it because we all have maybe different concepts in our mind of what it's going to look like. But we are now in the process where the strokes of the master painter have been able to start filling in, and we're now just starting to see, I see what the picture is going to look like. I can see it now. And that's what it's like for me and sharing with you and being here in Hong Kong. I'm going to get to see what the picture is going to look like. And I will begin to describe it to you, and you will begin to experience this in more details of realizing that this master painting of the releasing of funds to empower yourself and others is about to start coming into picture. It's a start that we have been waiting for a long time, and the product is now beginning to form, and we're beginning to see it. So I'll hope you that you will join us Wednesday evening on the radio program. It'll be a little different for you because it's Wednesday night. For you, it's going to be Thursday morning for us here in Hong Kong, and the ambassador will be joining us live, and we will either be here on top of this hotel that I'm staying in Hong Kong, or there's a possibility that we may be coming from another place on top of Victoria Peak here in Hong Kong as well. Exciting time for all of us, folks. So I want to thank every one of you, and I just want to say that this is a journey that we have all been waiting for. But I need to say one little quick thing. Charla has just joined me here, so come on in here, darling. Hello. And being able to say that, to be able to say hi there to everybody. Hi. And why don't you just share briefly, what is it like for you being here and us being here in Hong Kong?
It's on the spot. It is just it's just a ride of beauty. I mean, I call it a whirlwind of miracles. When I was talking with someone the other day, it just seems like it was easy. And I have this huge belief that when things are easy, when things are working, when there's, I call them God winks, but coincidences, that it just kind of validates that you're on the right path and that you're doing the right thing every time. And that just seems to be it's just miracles. I'm just having a great, I mean, it's really easy. There's no drama. There's no, that we've not had any issues getting here. It's been really good. So thank you.
You know, it has been. We've been teasing each other all along the way. It's like we're pressing. Well, that was easy, pressing the easy button. It was easy for us as we left Cleveland, going to Detroit, the flight from there, the flight from here, getting here to the hotel. Everything has just been a smooth flow for us and been easy for us. So we want to say thank you very much for joining us this week, and join us on the radio program on Wednesday night. Okay.
And thanks for all the Cleveland folks, man.
Yeah.
Woo, off the
Okay.
charts.
All right. Love all of you. Okay. All right. Bye-bye.